So when you were talking about your sister, you said that she's like a role model and you're just you. Can you tell me what you meant by that?
Yeah, I don't know, I just feel like, my sister's done everything right, and she's responsible, and found her husband really, really young, and got married, and bought a house, and had kids, and my sister's husband is a pastor, and
Okay.
just is, I don't know, that's kind of the environment I grew up in, and now I'm, I don't know, I just feel like I'm kind of the black sheep now, the one that screwed up, but nobody said that. It's just what I don't know, that's just how I feel. It's just having to tell everybody now, and have such a short amount of time before this happens, so.
Have you talked to your mom about feeling like being that black sheep in the family?
No, I haven't really had time to do that.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Do you feel that your family's been supportive of you since you've told them? It sounds like it's been like a week. 2 weeks? Okay.
Yeah, they have. And I mean, I knew they would be. I didn't think that they would abandon me or anything, but I think once I got over the shock and they got over the shock, and, I know my baby's gonna have 2 aunties and some cousins and all kinds of people around them, and I knew my family would be there. It was just hard, and we're still all adjusting and preparing. So, but yeah, I mean, I don't think that that's an area that I am worried about, or that I don't think is positive, because I think my family, they're my family, and I know they're always going to be there for me, so no matter what. It just wasn't how I wanted this to happen, and how I wanted my life to go at this point. But,
well, I do want to acknowledge that strength that you do have that social support, because a lot of people don't have that. So I really think that it's to your benefit that you have these supportive people around you, and like you said, they're kind of helping you prepare for this this event, and even for a pregnancy that's not expected, it's still very much a life changer. So it's really beneficial for you to have these people in your life. One person that you didn't really talk about as a support was the father of the child, and I know you kind of said that it wasn't really a relationship, and then that you told him and haven't heard from him since. But what do you foresee happening with that? Do you foresee him being a part of your child's life? Do you want him to be an active role?
Yeah.
I mean, how does that look to you?
Of course I do. I want for my child to have a mom and a dad, and for us both to be involved and to support him or her, and I didn't make this baby alone, and it is both of our responsibilities, and I think that, for my own childhood, I didn't have the best dad, and I really want things to be different for my kids, and I want the dad to want to be there, and I know I can't force that, but I just want him to be there, and I want him to get to know his child, and be involved in everyday things, and milestones, and just so he or she knows that both of their parents love them. And every kid deserves that, and I just feel like no matter how either one of us are feeling, we need to get over it and be there for this kid. But I'm starting to realize not everybody thinks that way about life and parenting that I do. So I really wanted to do better for my kids than I had in my life, but it might not happen that way because I can't force it. I can't make it happen. So I just have to hope.
So you said a little bit just now about how you want better for your child than what you had. Can you tell me a little bit about your upbringing or your childhood and how your relationships were growing up?
Yeah, I mean, I had a mom and a dad that were married and lived in the same house, and 2 sisters, and we lived in a nice suburb, and it was kind of the typical life for my area and when I grew up, but my parents were anything but happy, and my dad wasn't involved, he wasn't around, and had a lot of problems later in my childhood, and I have a lot of issues and baggage because of it, and I would never, ever want to do that to a kid. I would never want to have, them carry some of the scars and things that I do around, and it's just, my dad had so many other issues of his own. He had no idea how to be a parent, wasn't there for us, didn't know how to be, was really unhappy with himself, and it showed in how he treated us and other people. So I don't want that for my kids. I don't. But it's not like when I met this guy, it shows that that's going to be the father of my kids. It just happened. So I don't know.
Well, you've just named a lot of things that you don't want to do while raising your own child that reflect from your background. Can you think of things that you do want to do with this child? Like things that you want to do while parenting?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I want to, more than anything, just for my child to know, no matter what, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that I love them unconditionally. And always will, and I don't want that to ever be a question, and I want them to know that I will be there for them, and they can come to me with good things and bad things, and I just want, and I want to be there every day for things that happen. I want to see them grow up. I want to see their first. I want to them to figure out the kinds their interests and to be involved in different activities, and to know that they can do that, and they can just explore themselves, and for what every parent wants, their child to be happy, their child to be successful. But I just want my kid to be happy and just be confident and not worry about the things around them, or that to have any insecurities or concerns about who they are, or if their family's not going to be there for them, or I just don't want that to get in the way of what they want to do and the kind of person they are. I want to know my kids. I want to know them and have a close relationship with them, where we can talk and about little things, big things, and to just know that I'm supportive and they can trust me, and I want to be everything that a good parent is, and I just don't want to, I think I've already done enough damage. I don't want to disappoint or screw up, or, I just want to be the best parent that, I just think every kid deserves that. So.
Well, it sounds like you've had a lot of thought process on how you want to parent this child, and the baby's not even here yet. So you do have a very good head start on that, and things that you want for your child. And it sounds like not just as an infant, but throughout their life. I mean, you've begun to process that.
That happened before this. I mean, I think those are things I already knew just from my own life. So that stuff was already there.
Okay. So we've kind of begun to talk about really a large majority of this pregnancy and having the baby. You know, we kind of started with how you're feeling about just finding out and talking about your supports, your concerns, and then moved into a little bit about how you feel you're going to parent your child. So we've kind of moved a little bit through that. Do you have anything else that you want to bring up as far as the pregnancy or?
I mean, there's still a lot of people that don't know. I mean,
Okay.
I have to tell everybody at work, and there's people outside of my close group of friends that don't. I mean, there's still, the people that aren't as close to me that maybe won't understand, or they'll be, they'll talk, or, people judge me or whatever. So, and there's still a lot of people that don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So,
have you thought about how you'll respond if people ask you questions about this? Because I know that you've talked about just kind of that shocked feeling of not knowing for so long. So I mean, there might be questions around that, and I mean, have you thought about how that might affect you?
yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna say. I don't know. I mean, I know that I don't think I owe everybody the full story or an explanation, but, I can't say that if a coworker came to me and said the same thing that I wouldn't at least have some questions. So I think I will be honest, but I hope that I don't tell people more than they need to know. Some people.
Mm-hmm. Well, and it's your right as a human being not to have to share that personal story, especially with people that you don't feel you need to. I mean, people are going to notice that you are pregnant, but that doesn't mean that they're going to notice that you didn't know for so long. You know what I mean? So, I mean, that is something that you can consider, too, is that you, if you don't want to tell.
I'm just worried about gossip and things, but I can't, that's something I can't control, but it still bothers me. So, I don't know.
Do you have any, I mean, it sounds like the major source of this gossip would probably be at work. Do you have any friends or family or anybody at work that you can kind of go to if you are feeling overwhelmed?
Yeah, I definitely do. And I know those people already know.
Okay.
But I don't think I'm going to really communicate it to everybody. I think it'll just get around that way, and I'm going to be, in a couple months I won't be there, I'll be on leave, so, I think I'm almost told everybody that needs to know at work, and I just have to let it fall where it may with the rest of the people. But I know that I know people will just say things and comment, and I just imagine the worst in what they're thinking of me and what's happening when I'm not there. The same things I'm thinking of myself, I'm sure, they're not thinking or saying anything that I haven't already thought about myself, so